Aloha, I'm Yanji Denise. Welcome to Get Your House in Order, the show where we help you take care of the things that matter most. In this series, we cover a wide range of topics from health and wellness to financial readiness and preparing for every phase of life. We're speaking today about social and volunteer clubs, organizations like Rotary Club or Lions Club that help to strengthen the community while also building relationships among their members. To start us off, we're joined as always by Paulette Ito of Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union. Always good to see you. Paulette, these are community service organizations, but they also do a lot to build community among the people who join them.
Absolutely. I think they're a vital part of our community. They bring people together, but they also help each other as well. Without them, it's hard to move us forward.
Yeah, and tell us how this kind of organization, or figuring out if you can join a club or what's right for you, fits into the wider Get Your House in Order initiative.
With Get Your House in Order, we wanted to make sure that we included everything that is in someone's life. So especially if they belong to a club, you want to include that because you want to make sure that you have it documented that, say, you belong to a certain club or you've spent so many time with them. For instance, my mother-in-law is part of a club and she's had a lot of recognition. But without her documenting it, we wouldn't be able to know the amount of time and community service that she did. So it's important to share that with your loved ones.
Okay, and just for folks who aren't familiar, tell us about the Get Your House in Order campaign and also the Ho'okele Guidebook.
Yes, Get Your House in Order is a campaign, an initiative that Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union put together to help everyone get organized and be prepared for life by being able to put all your important documents, your financial, medical records together and having it in one place and being able to retrieve it leaves you time and frees you up so that you can live life and not worrying about where did I put this, where is this. So that's one of the things that we found that many of our members needed. And we did it with the Ho'okele Guidebook, and that's like a roadmap to help you figure out the things that you have, put it together, but also to find out the things that you don't have that you may need.
Okay, and 1.1, 2, and 3, past, present, future. Now we're on 1.4. What's included in that?
1.4 is miscellaneous. It's like the miscellaneous drawer in your kitchen. It's the utility drawer where you would put everything, such as your batteries or your rubber bands. So those are things that don't actually fit, but we actually, such as club membership or marriage after divorce, or even working after retirement, things that don't really fit in the guidebook that you want to put together and have it documented.
The things we need in that utility drawer, you always need them. You've got to be able to find them.
Exactly. Find that battery.
That's right. All right. Well, thanks so much for being here. We're going to be talking today about how to find the right club for you, what steps to take before joining. We're going to have someone answer all of that after the break. But first, meet someone whose story shows us how joining these kinds of groups can be both fun and fulfilling.
Hi everybody, my name is April Bullis and this is my story. I'm currently living in Keau on Hawaii Island and I'm here to talk to you about why I joined the Eco Rotary Club of Kaka'ako. I decided to join a cause-based club because I consider myself a student of sustainability. I'm really passionate about the environment, holistic living, regeneration, resiliency in all forms. And once I learned that there was an Eco Rotary Club being formed, I thought it was a great opportunity to join like-minded individuals to kind of address some of our issues in our community by taking action. And since I've joined that club, I've found it's full of talented individuals who are creating service projects that anybody can get involved with, from keiki to kapuna, and we've been able to accomplish so much together. For example, in this club, we've been able to plant over 8,000 trees at Hawaiian Legacy Hardwood Reforestation. I kind of mixed that up a little bit. We've been able to plant with Hawaiian Legacy Hardwood at Gunstock Ranch in Keau over 8,000 trees. We regularly support Surfrider Foundation Ocean Friendly Garden in Kaka'ako, and we help harvest, we weed plants there, and recently we add a hot compost to that. And we also do support of other nonprofits, such as the Genki Alawai Project. We've been able to bring attention and address a critical issue in that community, to clean up the canal, and the results have been amazing. And from beach cleanups to reforestation efforts to data collection, it's a really rewarding club to join. And I've made lifelong friends. We have great monthly speakers, and I've been educated on issues I didn't even know existed. And largely, global issues take local action. So consider joining the Eco Rotary Club or any cause-based club that feels impactful to you. I'm really glad I did, and it's a great way to get involved.
For all your money needs, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union is here for you. Visit hificu.com. Bringing you what matters. Viewers can receive the Star Advertiser Digital Full Access subscription for $9.95 per month. Go to staradvertiser.com and click on subscribe. Use the code AHITHING.
Welcome back. We are joined today by Konrad Ikei, who is a member of the Rotary Club of Moana. That is one of 50 Rotary clubs covering the state. Konrad, welcome. Tell us a little bit about Rotary and its mission.
Sure. Well, Rotary is a global organization. There are over 33,000 clubs around the world in 130 countries. And each club, all of the Rotary clubs, their model is service above self. And so we're service organization. There's about 1.4 million Rotarians around the world. We're all like-minded individuals, neighbors, friends, family, and leaders that believe in the mission of creating lasting impact in our local communities as well as around the world.
I love that, service above self. Tell us what inspired you to join.
Well, you know, I was introduced to Rotary by a good friend of mine, Scott Wishart. He used to invite me to a lot of the Rotary Club's service projects as well as fundraisers. And I started learning a lot about what Rotary was about because I had some misconceptions of what Rotary was. And after a few visits of some of the projects, I ended up joining.
Tell us about some of the service projects that you work
on.
on.
Oh, absolutely. So one of the highlights is working with the Rotary Club of Moana's adopted school, which is a Title I elementary school, Lunalila Elementary School. And they have an annual Keiki Vision screening program. So we help screen the third graders' vision because obviously due to school budgets and stuff like that, they don't have a school nurse anymore. And so we help run that program. And so it's just rewarding to be out in the community helping where there's a need. Another project is a signature project of the Rotary Club of Moana, which is Santa Claus. So every year we bring 30 students from the Title I school and give them a $100 shopping spree where they're able to buy school clothes, supplies, and perhaps one Christmas gift for themselves, right, and stuff like that. So that's kind of a fun gift, a fun project to be part of.
Tell us about the time commitment. Some people might think, I'm super busy, I don't have time for yet another thing on my plate. What is the involvement and commitment there?
Well, it's really dependent upon yourself. I know in the past, I mean, there's a misconception that Rotary says you have to be at every single meeting, things like that. My club only meets twice a month, so the first and second Thursday of each month. There are other clubs who have meetings every week. And in the past, you were required to attend meetings. And if you didn't attend your club meeting, you would have to make it up at another Rotary Club. That's kind of gone away. I believe Rotary understands that times have changed. And so they wanted to have that flexibility in the program and stuff like that. So again, it's really about what you want to put into it. So it's not only about club meetings, there's also the service projects. Some clubs have a project every week. Other clubs have it maybe once a month. So it really depends on each club on what they want to accomplish. And then, you know, we also want to have fun. So there's always some kind of social event that you could attend, whether it be in your club or other clubs.
How do you decide which club to join? Is it geographic, like where you call your home, or do you get to choose like, oh, the club out on the Kailua side seems more my vibe? How do you decide?
It's actually both, because there's 53 clubs in our district, District 5000. You decide based on what your needs are. So some people look at it as, okay, well, I'm a morning person, so I want to join a sunrise club. Or some folks say, well, I work during the day, I can take off for lunch, so I want to join a noontime meeting. And then there are those who says, well, you know what, I have to wait until after work, so I'll join a ohana club. So it depends on that. And then of course, you might want to choose a club that's near your workplace, or you might want to choose a club that's near your home. So it really depends on, and then the third reason why people join, obviously why people join Rotary, is because of the service, right? And so each club has their service projects that they're hold near and dear, and so they'll choose it based on that as well. But one thing about Rotary is that once you become a Rotarian, you can join and be part of any of the clubs. I have visited Rotary clubs around the world when I do my travels to other countries. They welcome you, and you might not speak their language, or they might not speak our language, but it's there's a connection because we're all in it because of that reason of service above self.
Friends all over the world.
Yes,
I love
absolutely.
It.
Yeah.
Okay, our conversation with Konrad continues when we come back. You're watching Get Your House in Order.
Commitment. Your level of commitment depends on your desire and availability. Each Rotary chapter has a different schedule for meetings and projects, and each holds social gatherings. Proximity, schedule, and service programs are common factors to consider when deciding which club to join. Rotarians can always visit like-minded members at other chapters throughout the world. What about costs? Rotary clubs range in size from a few to a few hundred. Each club sets their own dues, and some offer flexible payments and other ways to cover dues.
See Dr. Oda at HEC Medical Clinic Honolulu Specialist in laser weight loss. You can see the change losing 1 to 2 inches instantly. Pacific Spray Wash is Oahu's #1 trusted exterior cleaning service. We deliver a spotless job for all your pressure washing, roof cleaning, house washing, and solar panel cleaning.
Welcome back. We are speaking today with Konrad Ikei of the Rotary Club of Ala Moana. Tell us a little bit about the logistics of all of this. How many people are in a typical club, and what are the dues and fees like?
Sure. So clubs range anywhere from a small club of 15 people to one that's like about 100 or more. And there's clubs on the mainland where there's like even more than 200. It ranges. So that's another criteria that somebody might want to choose a club. They want that small intimate group versus a larger group and things like that. Each club sets their own dues. Generally, it's to cover Rotary International's dues as well as the district. As I mentioned earlier, Rotary is each club is part of a district. That's how Rotary International organizes all the Rotary clubs. And so they will set their club dues and whatnot. A lot of clubs will do semi-annual dues so that it's more manageable in terms of the payment of dues. And then there's, because of the ability to be flexible, there might be other ways that clubs can help a member afford their dues.
Tell me a little bit about, I know that you get out a lot out of giving. We know that serving others often serves oneself as well, but tell me about the camaraderie among the service members themselves, your fellow Rotarians. What do you get out of that?
Well, I always think that, liken it to, I would like to encourage people to just join a club or an organization or an professional trade association, because there's so many different reasons for that. There's cultural clubs that you want to join. There's special interest groups like golf clubs and soccer clubs and things like that. There's also cooking clubs. So it's whether there's a special interest or a trade organization like a group of accountants or whatever. But I think Rotary kind of combines all of that, right? I mean, obviously their priority is service above self, but like I mentioned earlier, we have things like the social events, and so you can have that. And then there's also the networking. I mean, you're talking about in District 5000, there's like about 1,500 Rotarians that are across the board professionals to right out of college. And so you've got that huge network not only for your business or helping other business, but it's there because they have so much knowledge and expertise in so many different areas that you've got this big resource to tap into.
I'm interested, you mentioned college students, so what is the age range of the folks who are in this organization?
Well, the reason why I mentioned college is because there's a group called Rotarac. So Rotarac is now considered members of the Rotary family. So Rotarac are college-age students that join a club that have similar how should I say it, similar missions and values of service and things like that. And so some of them actually graduate or move into becoming full Rotarians, but Rotarac has been considered a member of the Rotary family. Interact is the high school version of Rotary, so we actually have a Interact club that we sponsor, and they collaborate with us on service projects as well.
Wow, so you really can find your people no matter where you are.
Exactly. So the high school, obviously, because you can help them become mentors for them. The college-age students, because obviously they want to become professionals just like you and anybody who is in the Rotary family. So yeah, it runs from that all the way up to retirees.
Okay, we're going to continue our conversation after this break. You're watching Get Your House in Order. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Camaraderie. The Rotary Club combines service, special interests, and social clubs. Networking opportunities abound for new college graduates, businesses, and professionals.
For all your money needs, Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union is here for you. Visit hificu.com.
Welcome back. Konrad Ikei of the Rotary Club of Moana is speaking with us today. I want to hone in on something that you talked about, and that was building your network, professional network in this case. How can being part of Rotary benefit you on a professional level as well?
Sure, absolutely. Because Rotary consists of many professionals from different areas of work, plus the military, plus stay-at-home parents, they all can be a resource for you, whether it be they know somebody who needs your service or they need services themselves. So that's how you create that network. But it's bigger than that because, all of us have needs that is beyond our work related. So if you're looking for a doctor or if you're looking for a dentist, this is an opportunity to find that network and work with people that have the same values as you.
Interesting. And if you are that doctor or dentist and you want to get the word out about your own business, that could be a mechanism as well.
Absolutely, yes. And we have that. And like I said, one of the areas that we have in Rotary is vocational services. And so it's an opportunity to really talk about what you do among your club members as well as the rest of the Rotary community.
Now, you mentioned that you do the service projects, but if you're meeting, let's say twice a month, I can't imagine that you're doing a service project every time. What are the other things that you do as a group together?
Well, like I said, we like to have fun. So there are social events that my club does, as well as other clubs, and they invite you to join them. And it could be anything from just going out, having some beverages, to having a nice dinner. There's been game nights at people's homes. I know one club did a chili cook-off, which I think inspired other clubs to want to do that, or even just going to the sandbar.
Yeah.
So it's having that fun and being able to connect outside of the Rotary environment is also helpful because then you get to learn more about that individual.
So I'm interested, if you think, oh, maybe I'd want to do this, I don't know if I'm ready to commit, how do you kind of try out Rotary without actually becoming a full-fledged member?
Well, I think you do similar to what I did when I joined Rotary, because it took me a couple of, I would say 2 years to join. I would come out to a service project, help them out. We're always looking for extra hands on all of our service projects, and then come join our social events, or even come to our meetings, And in the past, it was always been the misconception is you have to be invited to be a Rotarian. That's changed as well, and we want to be a more diverse group of individuals, and so we welcome people to come check out any club meeting, depending on what their needs are.
You know, during the pandemic, I think so many of us were isolated, you know, for health reasons, obviously. We spend a lot of time by ourselves. What have you found that is really beneficial about just being with other people in this environment?
Well, I think it's the fact that you're working, you feel like you're part of a community now. You know, like you said, when we were isolated, you know, there was a lot of loneliness and things like that. However, you know, now that we're coming back together and, you know, seeing people in person, that kind of helps create more connections, and I think that's the important part of it. But we also recognize that there are still people who have some health reasons that they can't go out, and so that's why a lot of clubs have adopted hybrid meetings, and so it's a combination in person and Zoom meeting, and you still have that connection with those people even though it might be on a camera.
Yeah, and tell me a little bit about how this has improved your own life. What have you gotten out of it?
You know, I'm the primary care provider for 2 aging parents, and so people always say, well, you know, Konrad, you have a business to run. You also are taking care of 2 aging parents. So why are you putting yourself through an organization and being part of the leadership and stuff like that? And the only thing I could think of is that it's a little bit of a, for lack of a better word, a distraction, in the sense that, you know, you've got your work world and you've got your family world. Now you've got a third dimension to you and whatnot, and so it kind of keeps you a little bit grounded. It also helps me to become better organized as an individual, not only because there's leadership roles that I've taken on in the clubs, but also because it makes me know, okay, how do I prioritize my work, my family, and then Rotary.
Well, you are selling it well. I think that maybe I'll come to a volunteer at a service project too. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. Remember, you can watch this show again by finding us on YouTube or listen as a podcast wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Yanji Denise. Until next time, take care and aloha.